I recently noticed this listing for a broken PC for €30. They didn't mention any specs, but when I saw H110 printed on a motherboard, I figured there would be at least a 6th gen, maybe even 7th gen Intel CPU in there. Also, given the lights were on, if anything, there would probably be a working power supply in this thing. So, for just €30, I decided to take the risk. What did I buy and was it worth it? Let's find out after the intro.
It's the anarchy with me on the exciting guy!
One thing I noticed is that someone has been a bit rough with this machine, as the edges of the left side panel are bent. Let's hope the inside is in better shape. I also had already noticed that the memory is loose in its socket, but I couldn't push it in. Taking one out, I could see why. This is DDR3 memory. This is a DDR4 system. So I bought a bundle of 8GB of DDR4 memory for a whopping €6 at a seller nearby. Let's put those in and see if it posts. The bottom clips are gone from the RAM slot. Luckily the top ones are still there, so no big deal, but not too great either. Right, let's connect it and see what happens. Well, that was easy. That's all I've got for you to... Nah, that joke's getting old. A Pentium D4560. I was hoping for at least an i3, but well, at least it works. Okay, let's try to boot an actual OS. Interesting. It freezes Inventory's menu. I don't think it should make a difference, but let's add an SSD. Yeah. Still, somehow, freezes on Ventoy. I even tried another stick with Ventoy, but to no avail. Right, if I'm really quick, I can select Manjaro from the list and boot it. That's a first. Okay, we're in. Let's see. Fast fetch? No? Oh, we've got Neo fetch. Alright. What graphics card is this? Radeon 6570, 7570, 8550. Which one is it? Inksy reports the same. Nice. Or you just look at the sticker. Check. Radeon HD6570 it is. I wonder how that performs. Let's install this on SSD. There we are again, installed without issues. Apparently there's no Vulkan support on this GPU. I wonder what it will run. A reasonable 25 to 30 FPS in Super Tux card on 1080p. Not great, but playable, I guess. Half-Life 2 ran at a very decent 50 to 60 FPS at 1080p.
They'll be looking for you now. You'd better run. There's nothing else you can do here.
American Truck Simulator just shy of 25 FPS! Oh, maybe I shouldn't drive a truck. Doom 2016. Oh. Use socket parking would not run at all. So what if we remove this card? The iGPU is 4 years younger than this card, so maybe that will work on more modern titles? Ah yes, this does not have HDMI, so time to get the DVA cable out to connect it to my capture device. Alright, let's fire it up again. There we go. Proper Vulkan support this time. So how does this hold up against the Radeon HD6570? Super Tux card does a little less FPS than before. Half-Life runs a little slower as well, say about 10 FPS less. Still very much playable though. American Truck Simulator, again a bit slower than before. Still kinda playable as it's not a fast-paced game. Doom 2016 actually loads. Oh. I know for sure that Doom runs on a system with 8 GB of RAM, but apparently it's a bit too much combined with onboard graphics. You Suck at Parking actually runs on the iGPU at around 25 FPS. Not great, but playable for sure. In this game you have to park a car, which seems easy enough, but the car can only drive fast and there's no reverse. Very fun game for when you have 5 minutes to kill. Alright, if you've watched some of my videos, you might remember me upgrading my test PC to set a mistake right on this video. I since upgraded to a bigger board with an i5-8500, so I sold the medium board with the i5-6700 CPU, but I had to buy it back because it was dead. I wonder if the CPU works on this board. A little toothpaste to keep it fresh. It works! This is equipped with Intel HD6570 graphics. I'm curious if that makes a big difference. Oh wow, Super Tux Kart runs a lot better on this thing. Way over 40 FPS most of the time. Half-Life 2 now stays very close to the 60 FPS it's kept on due to VSync. American Truck Simulator stays around 25 FPS, just like on the HD6570 card. Doom 2016, yeah, same issue. It needs more memory or a card with a few gigs of its own. You Suck at Parking runs a lot better on this CPU, hovering around 40 FPS. I do wonder if the board that had the i5-7600 on it will work with the Pentium D4560 CPU that came from the not so broken PC. Connect it all. A cooler. This'll work. Alright, let's go. What? Huh? Huh? It works! I don't get it, but hey, I now have 2 working boards. I have to thoroughly test this, but it really wouldn't pose with the i5-7600 anymore. Computers? Anyway, that's all I have for you today. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please consider subscribing and don't forget to slam that bell for another round. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time.